So my name's Luke. I'm from Nottingham. I'm in my third year studying history. Well, I think the campus is a really nice campus. It's just, particularly in like autumn and summertime, it's just really pretty. The lake is probably my favourite place to go. It's nice to just walk around it sometimes, to read, sometimes to go and pray there. It's quite a nice, wholesome place. So I'm currently converting to Catholicism. I had started to convert a number of 3 years ago. And then I stopped when I went to uni, sort of fell away a bit from the faith, didn't really practice it anymore, didn't really go to it, mass or anything. But I always had the belief there. And then recently started to go to mass, started to pray a lot more. And yeah, so I'm currently in the process of converting, doing the RCIA. My favourite thing is probably just how at home I feel with how I love the mass, I love going, I love praying. People are always great. Yeah, I think it's just a really beautiful faith. I think there's a lot of history to it. And yeah, as a history student, I love to read the history, and most of the history that I do actually comes from church sources, so that's always interesting. Something that sticks out to me is probably just the history of the faith. Martyrs and all these great people throughout the past who have done so much, not only for the faith, but also just for the world in general. Like the number of hospitals or schools or charities formed. Yeah, so the history of the faith really stands out to me. Being a Catholic has helped me, particularly in first year, I didn't really care about uni. But being a Catholic, I now see I'm here. God has put me here for a reason, so I work a lot harder. I feel more inspired to work harder. I think one of the things that's can be quite tricky is that university life just isn't very Catholic. That's why the Catholic society is quite good, because then you're around loads of people who are. But yeah, it can be quite tricky, I think, to be Catholic whilst being around university, because a lot of university it doesn't really fall in line. Well, I think the culture of uni is very much self-indulgent, and you got drinking loads, and you do all these things that you're not really supposed to do. I think beliefs is a big one. Not many people have a faith, and a lot of people don't tend to like the Catholic faith, I've noticed. Yeah, I think they're just the culture around being a student can sometimes, you're surrounded by loads and loads of people who are doing these things that you don't want to do. It can be quite difficult to keep yourself on the right path almost. The best ways to do it is to just live a Catholic life, and I can't really say much about that. I'm not very open about it to a lot of people, but because then people might be interested in, maybe if you're praying before you eat on campus, one might ask you a question, and just living sort of as a Catholic around uni, people then might be more interested, and you can help them to understand. But yeah, I've noticed definitely people, myself, did not understand anything about Catholicism, and it can lead to a lot of misconceptions. But I think it's just about making sure you can be the person that they go to if they have questions or misunderstandings. And yeah. Well, studying history, I cover a lot of Catholic history in just what I do, because I do medieval history a lot. That then is actually helpful as well, both two ways. Sometimes I'll read something that will actually help my faith, and sometimes having this understanding, but I still have a lot to learn. This basic understanding of parts of the faith helps with what I read and with what I learn. And I think as well, just studying history on my own has made me realise that there are a lot of misconceptions about the church, and then I would like to hopefully pursue history further and centre around fighting these misconceptions, and sort of saying that actually no, the church had a hugely positive role throughout all of history. I'm a Catholic because it's the truth. Thanks to God, I'm able to see that. I saw it a while ago, didn't do anything with it. Well, I think as I said in the first question, I think just how much at home I feel with it. Like how much I just enjoy being a Catholic and enjoy going to Mass, how enjoy being part of society and meeting new people. I just sort of love just being a part of the faith and praying and reading scripture is really helps me to be a Catholic. History plays a big, again, just like everything, it plays a huge role in that. And the more I learn history, the more I learn the truth. And yeah, I see the church as being completely true. And that sort of sticks with me in moments when I'm discouraged or moments of doubt. It's like, well, no, it's true. It's sort of, yeah. That sort of helps me to continue to be a Catholic. Sort of same reason I came into the faith was this realization that there's only one right answer. You can't have 2, 3 things being correct at the same time. And from then on, it's just about learning about it and really engaging with it. And the more I engage with it, the more I learn about it, the more I love it, and the more I sort of feel strongly that I'm going to become a Catholic.